If your offense is struggling inside the red zone, then stick around because in this video, I'm going to show you 3 great concepts that you can use to score more points once you get in the red zone. How's it going? I'm Coach Alex Besaw from the Spread Offense, and here is where I talk about pretty much anything related to the spread offense. So if you're interested in X's and O's or scheme, then consider subscribing to my channel. All right, let's get right into these red zone concepts, and make sure you stick around to the very end because the last concept comes from the Detroit Lions, and that's one that you don't want to miss. The first concept that I want to show you is double post, something that we ran a lot this year all over the field and against all coverages. That's why I really like it down here near the red zone, inside the red zone. And so down here, it's a great time to be able to use this concept to take a shot to the end zone. I don't really like it for anything inside the 15 just because the vertical concept and the vertical threat by the routes just really runs out of room as you get closer to the end zone. So backed up is where I prefer it, anywhere about the 15-yard line, the 20-yard line. And here, this example, I know it's not quite the red zone, but it's close enough to give you an example of how you can use it in the red zone here. So on the front side of this thing, the concept is double post, and so these two guys are running post routes. So slot receiver here is going to run 8-yard post, and then our number 1 receiver, we have it timed up with steps. We run him on a 7-step post. And then on the back side of this thing, our slot receiver is going to run a corner route, and his job in a 2-high safety look is to take this near safety, pull him out with him on the corner, occupy him as much as possible. That way we open up the middle of the field for our inside post. And then on the backside with our number 1, he is running a shallow cross. And so that is kind of like our safety valve, our pressure release. If we get any type of pressure coming from the inside backers, if these backers are extremely aggressive in their drops and get vertical with these 2 vertical routes to the play side, then we look for this kind of high-low action, and he becomes the last read in our progression. So those linebackers vacate and clear out and get into their zones, then we have an option to dump the football to that shallow crosser there. So that's essentially the concept, double post. And so here's what it looks like. I just want to pause the video real quick because if you're curious about the double post concept and how I teach it in my offense, then go to the description below, click on the link for the video double post concept where you're going to see a complete breakdown on what it looks like in my offense, how I coach it up, and how you can coach it up as well. Our quarterback's eyes are going to come to the concept side. This is the safety here to this side of the field. He starts to come down, so we really like double post right now because of the open space that we have vertical above the defense. And what happens is you're going to see him kind of bail at the last second, but he's just too late. And what he does as he enters back into the clip, you can see how he's attached to our post from our slot. So if he jumps that inside post, our quarterback looks to the outside and throws the outside post, which you can see there. The other reason why I like this, especially against a 2-high look, is because a lot of the times pre-snap what we get is corners that are playing over the top into the outside shade of our number 1 receivers and almost giving us access to the post, which is what we're wanting. So with some good route running, we can set the defender to the outside to allow us to get that inside break and hit that post route. And so we're really trying to just put a guy in conflict, and if he jumps the inside, we throw it to the outside. If he pedals and gets way out of there and stays on top of the big post, then we throw the slot post down the middle of the field. So here's just one more look all the way time through so you can see what double post looks like. Another thing that I like to do as I get closer to the goal line is to package my plays. And if you're wondering what that means, then please just leave me a comment below if you want to see a video that is like a complete breakdown on how to package your plays in your offense, then I'll make you guys a video on that. But here, packaging plays, essentially what I'm doing is I am adding a pass concept onto the run concept that we have. So the linemen don't know that there's a pass concept that's built into this. The receivers understand that there's a pass and a run element to this, and ultimately the quarterback is the one that makes that decision if it's going to be a run or if it's going to be a pass. And so in this example here, we're in a condensed bunch set, which is something that I really got into this year. And what we're packaging here is we're packaging counter tray to the right here with a receiver slip screen or receiver slip into the flat out to the left here. And so as far as what this looks like up front, and we're going against an odd front, I also have blocking rules for GT counter against an odd front. So if you're interested in what that looks like, I have a video on that. go to the description below, click on the video for blocking GT counter against an odd front. On how we block GT counter, just real quick, we're going to take our guard and center and we're going to ace that nose to the backside linebacker. And then we're going to arc for this guy right here with our tackle. And then here comes the kick out on that 4-eye. And then we're wrapping our tackle through for the first color that shows up right there. Now we are going to be running counter just like this, as if we were to run inside zone. And then we are going to be blocking here. We're going to leave this end man on the line of scrimmage. And if he chases the running back, then our quarterback is going to rip the ball out. He's going to replace that DN, and he's going to look to run or to throw into the flat if it's open. And our number one receiver here is going to be stepping right here to block that man as well. So we're trying to out leverage their most outside defender, which ends up being the corner. Why do I like this? One, condensed set. If we have the run, we can take the run if we have it, if the box is light and we like what we see with our numbers. And two, with a condensed set, I feel like we have a good chance of out leveraging these guys to the outside because we're bringing them closer to the box, and they also might be in man. So by releasing the number 3 to the flat, it might cause some confusion as to who has the number 3 receiver. The other thing that you can do down here with your number 1 receiver is you can tag any type of quick game that you like. You can run the fade ball if you want to. You can run a slant. You can run some sort of out to the pylon there. And that would be a pre-snap read for your quarterback. If he likes the matchup, he's going to take it, catch the football from the center, and then throw it right away. So a lot going on in this play. And you're going to see what happens here with our quarterback and his decision. He, again, is going to read this down lineman right here and watch that down lineman. He's chasing that running back. So our quarterback rips the ball out, and he's replacing him. He's looking like a runner here, and our number 3 receiver is slipping into the flat. Corner has his eyes inside on the mesh or maybe the ball carrier. We run right past him. We flip in the ball and got it in for a touchdown. So that's why I really like packaging plays here, because if we have the option to run the ball, we've got it. Pre-snap read, we're going to take a look at the numbers. If we can run, let's run. If not, we can throw it to our single receiver. If we don't have that, then we go to our post-snap read and we read our conflict player. If he takes one option away from us, then we go to the second option. And then we look to the third option, which is the flat. So I really like packaging my plays down here inside the red zone as I get closer to the goal line. And this is just one simple example that you can do in your offense. We do it pretty much for most of our run schemes, and we have a bunch of different tags with our receivers, whether it's 2x2 or 3x1. But I just wanted to show you this one right here because this was really successful for us this year and something that you may want to add into your offense. So let me play it one more time so you can see it. And this is counter trade to the right with our number 3 slipping into the flat. Up here is another condensed set for us, and it's a 2x2 look, and we are inverted. So the slot receivers are on the line of scrimmage, and our number 1 receivers, who are usually our bigger, taller, stronger receivers, are off the line of scrimmage here. We squeeze this number 2 receiver who's on the line of scrimmage down towards the tackle. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be sprinting out to the right. And so we use him so he can help seal the end here. And then that helps our quarterback get outside of this thing. So we like the condensed set there to help on the protection. Now, as far as our concept goes, basically what we're doing here is we're trying to put a high-low on the corner out here and then also use our leverage to the outside to kind of run away from any defenders. And what this ends up being is just a simple smash concept. So our number 1 receiver here, he's going to be running the corner route. And as we get down close to the goal line, this corner route kind of just turns into like a lazy out route, and we're trying to head for the pylon. And then what we do is we bring our receiver in motion who's off the line of scrimmage from the backside of it. He's coming in fast motion as quick as he can, and we're snapping the ball up at about as the time he gets to the tackle, and then he's slipping right out into the flat. And then on the backside with our slot, he's essentially running a corner just like he would on the backside of smash. As you get closer to the goal line, not a corner, a post. But as he gets down near the goal line, that post route now turns more into like a dig or in route as he runs along the back of the end zone there. Running back is going to be helping on the front side of this thing with our pass protection, and our quarterback is going to be looking into the flat right away. So if this corner is out leveraged, then we throw it to our receiver who's running into the flat. If the corner starts to widen and he stays on top of that flat, then we look to go here with the corner route from our number one receiver. And like I said, it basically becomes a smash concept. It is a smash concept. So let's take a look and see what this one looks like here. Bringing him in motion right into the flat. You can see the corner was playing with some outside leverage. He bounced out with the motion there, and our quarterback gets the ball, starts to sprint out, eyes go to the flat. Well, there's the corner sitting in the flat, so we're not throwing to him, and immediately the eyes go to the next level. And like I said, it's not really a corner route because we're down near the end zone, so it becomes more of an out route, and we're throwing it over that corner's head right for our receiver who's running just inside the goal line there. Okay, just to give you another look at this concept against another team in a different game, it's literally the same thing as we line up in the same formation, the same players running it here, and our receiver into the flat. You can kind of tell that they jump it again, and I apologize because it cuts out the frame, but you can tell this defender, the corner here, he's going to be staying on the outside of this thing as motion comes his way. They all do a pretty good job of bumping out that way. So the flat's taken, and then we look to the corner, and we're able to hit him right there. That corner who took the flat is trying to actually back off of it now and play underneath the corner route, the back of the end zone. He just can't get there in time. So similar area here down inside the red zone, about the 5-10 yard line or so. And again, this is another concept that I like all over the field. So you can do this in the red zone. You can do this at the goal line. You can do this at midfield. Really great concept that causes confusion. Now in this clip, it's actually the same game and just different outcome as far as what it looks like. And I want to show you why I also like this concept, because you technically have three options here. If you like the flat, throw it. If that's not there, then look for the corner route over the top. And if that's not there, you're at least putting your quarterback on the perimeter. If those two options aren't open, it gives him a chance to run the football. So let's take a look and see what this looks like here. A receiver goes into the flat. It's kind of taken, although, you know what? He could have probably thrown it to him, right about now and put it on his outside shoulder. And, he'd be getting tackled at the goal line, and we could, who knows, maybe it's a touchdown at that point. But I'd kind of almost want to say that could be a ball that could be thrown right to that guy right now in the flat. So I still like that option, but we don't take it. And so you can see his head start to work for our corner route, who gets kind of caught up in all the traffic here, doesn't get a great release. So for him, the two options are completely taken right now. So he tucks it, and he eventually runs into the end zone. So you get a defense that's playing man. They're chasing routes. They're chasing receivers. No one's open. At least your quarterback is now on the run, and he can take it for himself and get in the end zone. All right, this concept here comes from the Detroit Lions, and I believe it's about week 14. They're playing the Saints here, and I really like this concept because it's a little bit of a high-low that they get here, some switch release off the line of scrimmage, and overall just a great design. It looks like New Orleans is going to be in man defense, but I don't know. They have me stumped. They've got guys zone turning and they're passing off guys, so it's probably some sort of split field look here. But they're playing with one high safety. If you're a defensive guy watching this film and you can clarify what they're doing on defense, that would be great. Leave me a comment and tell me what you think they're in. But Detroit here is going to be attacking this defense with a little bit of a high-low concept here. And so what they're going to do is they're going to bring the tight end here in motion, and they're going to also get a switch release with St. Brown here as the number one receiver. This point man right here, his job is just to clear kind of everything out, get this safety out of the way. And then on the backside, it's more of a matchup side. So if they like the matchup out here, they'll probably take it. If not, they're going to the concept side. So his job here is to clear everything out. And then really the opening for this concept is going to be between St. Brown and Laporte. So it's going to be a switch release. So he's going to come inside, and then he's going to settle down here and run this like hitch route, curl route. And his job is to occupy this linebacker right here. He wants this linebacker to attach to his route. Laporte's going to switch with that in his motion, so it's look like he's going to be running out, and then he gets vertical, and then he's back over the top of that route right there, breaking to the inside. Now, I don't know what, for the life of me, I can't remember what this concept is with the hitch route and the deep in over the top of it. So if you know what the concept is, help me out, please. Leave me a comment and tell me what concept it is, because I've been scratching my head for way too long on what the name of this concept is. I really like this design here. I love the motion, the action with it. I love the switch release. and just kind of the deception in where they're trying to attack space. So let's just look at it kind of one time through as far as what Detroit's doing, and just look at Laporte as he's getting to that outside. Boom, back over the top, right on top of that linebacker, and nice inside release, getting the ball right away. So I like the design here down inside the red zone. It'd be great against pure man defense for you high school coaches out there with the switch releases and the motion coming outside, then working back in. Can also work against zone with that hitch route from St. Brown, finding open grass to sit under. And then also Laporte, who's going to be working over the top of that, just kind of manipulating different zones in defense, in the defense. So another great red zone concept that I thought would be helpful, beneficial, and I think it's somewhat simple, very doable, simple read for your quarterback as he's looking at that second level defender. Does he attach to the hitch route? Then we're going to throw it over the top with that high-low concept. And then if that linebacker is going to get depth, then we throw it underneath to that hitch route there. So another great concept. Detroit Lions offense is absolutely on fire this year. Been watching them a lot, and this concept from them here down inside the red zone really stood out to me. Thought you guys would like it too. Now, there are a ton of different concepts that you can use once you get into the red zone to be more efficient and score more points. And one concept that I did not talk about in this video is receiver screens. Now, because receiver screens are so important to an offense, I decided to make an entire video on some key screen passes that you can use in your offense. So click on the video that you see on the screen now, and I'll see you on the next one.